Hey everybody, Mark here. Today we're going to do Ladder of Lights, Rung 7 with Lilith. As with the previous videos, this is part of the Ladder of Light series. I want to make sure that anybody joining this in the middle knows what's going on, so I'm including the first couple slides that are common to every one of them. So if you've already watched one, you can skip ahead to the actual ladder or the actual rung instead of going through this again. Ladder of Lights. Ancient Mesopotamian culture was very aware of the night sky and the heavenly bodies that inhabit it. They were skilled astronomers and astrologers, and one of their primary practices that merged this knowledge of astronomy and astrology with their spirituality was called the Ladder of Lights, which has 8 spheres or rungs: Earth, Moon, Sun, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn. The Ladder of Lights was later adopted by the Jewish people by combining it with their Merkava throne chariot mysticism to produce what we now know as Kabbalah. This migration of lateral lights into Judaism probably happened during the Babylonian exile. The spheres or rungs in the ladder of lights are aspects of deity and a bridge to higher consciousness. Lilith. Lilith is a goddess in ancient Mesopotamia, Sumer, Akkad, Assyria, and Babylon, who is associated with wind and air, night, and sexuality. Lilith is both a goddess and a demon, and we have to understand the demon in this case is not the English word demon. It was a Sumerian and later Akkadian, Assyrian, and so on word that was translated into English as demon. These are not Judeo-Christian demons. They do not follow some great evil. They are either deities or spirits that don't follow the rules of the gods. That's it. So gods and goddesses are descended from a primordial pair of deities, but demons are any god, goddess, or spirit who doesn't follow the rules. So goddess Lilith is both. The name Lilith appears in the Sumerian Assyrian god list. This document is written in cuneiform on clay tablets, and it only lists entities considered to be gods or goddesses. So if you're on the list, you're a god or goddess. Lilith is listed with the Assyrian name Lilith, but the Sumerian name Dim-mi-gi. Her name Dim-mi-gi loosely means deity in the night, and Lilith means she who comes by air. There are several other deities that appear later after Sumer who can be associated with Lilith and her attributes. They may be aspects of her, or they may be separate entities. Rung 7 is Jupiter, color blue, incense plant, heliotrope, jasmine berries, morning glory, opium poppy, water lily, blues specifically. Focus: health, thanksgiving, and mercy. Stones: citrine, carnelian. Example method: burning intentions and herbs in a cauldron. Alternate aspect: the lily. Optimum timing: Thursday. Mesopotamian month or Sabbat is Tishrin, which is the fall equinox. The chakra is the crown. The lily. Her pre-Sumerian name, which continues on, is Belili. The meaning of her name is ancient goddess of moon and underworld. There are 2 goddesses in Mesopotamia named Belili. The more ancient Belili is an earlier primordial goddess who rules the moon and underworld, prior to Ereshkigal, Nana's sister, taking that role. Her name does not fit the Sumerian language, and it is thought she was adopted from another culture, possibly the Ubaid culture that came before the Sumerians. Because of her association with night and death, she is considered a possibility as an early form of Lilith. The later Belili is Tammuz's sister and the sister-in-law of Inanna, but she's a sheep goddess and does not have the same attributes at all. Burning intentions. Ever since mankind discovered fire, we have been burning things. This is a really helpful practice for life and for our magic. One practice that involves fire is burning intentions with herbs in a cauldron. During a ceremony, place herbs that match your intent in your cauldron. Then write intentions: health, thanksgiving, mercy, etc. on a piece of paper. Light the paper and drop it into the cauldron. You can also light some incense and drop it in as well. As the intentions burn, imagine the smoke being the request granted as it takes to the wind. Be careful not to burn yourself and put out the fire before leaving the cauldron unattended. Now, a comment that I keep making is, use whatever ritual method you have. If you do witchcraft, if you do Kabbalah, if you do ceremonial magic or whatever, use your ritual but this is an idea of how to use this burning of intentions in your ritual, especially around Lilitu. The month of Tishrin. The fall equinox is another step toward the return of darkness. The pagan holiday of Maban occurs at this time, as does Tishrin. Maban is a feast of thanksgiving, a celebration of the Earth's bounty, and as with all holy days, the cycles of the seasons, which mirror the cycles of our lives. Maban is a time to reflect and wrap things up. The focus of this feast from a Gnostic Kabbalist standpoint is Lilith's mercy flowing into creation. Hopefully that was helpful. And there's one more rung to be submitted. So that'll be coming out at some point soon.